This has been a really hard week, to say the least. And in an effort to prevent myself from doom scrolling into a pit of despair, I figured I would spend some time mending and fixing things. I thought this would be a good video to make now because I really believe that one small but powerful thing that all of us can do is to take care of the stuff that we have. And this is so that we don't go out and buy new stuff from corporations that don't really care about you, they don't care about their workers, and they certainly don't care about the environment. They care about one thing, and that is profit. So I have quite a large pile of things that need attention. I won't be getting to all of them today, but I hope to make a little bit of a dent, and maybe you would like to join me on my little mending journey. So let's get started. So one project that I've been putting off for a while now is a dye project. So this one is actually pretty fun. So I thrifted this sweatsuit, a sweater, and these sweatpants. If you know anything about me, you know that this time of year, the only thing I want to wear is sweatpants. Unfortunately, I don't really love this pale pink color, so I am going to dye it. Okay, another project that I have today is I'm going to glue this little sugar jar. This is part of a set that was gifted to me, thrifted and gifted to me, and it's so beautiful, but I broke it. So I want to try and glue it back together. So that's one of the things we'll be doing today. I'm going to start with these two projects, and if I have time, I have a giant pile of clothes that needs attention. They mostly have holes in them or buttons missing or something, and I've been putting that off for a while. Y'all, I'm still not used to filming, so bear with me. Every video will be just a little bit better. That's the hope anyway. Pieces go. This is just like a big puzzle. We're gonna go just to make sure I know how everything fits together. This one broke into mini pieces, so this one's gonna be a little bit more difficult, I think. Some other things I've glued together. I've glued together a lot of pieces of this set in particular, so I use it a lot. And I have cats, and I'm super clumsy, so. So besides the fact that knowing how to mend and take care of your stuff is super empowering, it also saves you money and is a crucial piece of the puzzle in having a successful boycott. I've been seeing a lot more talk online lately about boycotting, and I'm a huge fan of boycotts. We live in a capitalist society, and voting with your dollar or withholding your dollar is so powerful. We are very encouraged and conditioned to shop, so I believe that the first thing we can do is to take a step back and ask ourselves, do we really need to buy this thing? Can we fix it? Can we borrow it? Can we get it secondhand? And if we do need to buy something, wherever and whenever you can, support a company that holds your same values. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this dry. It is not perfect by any means. I am missing a piece, and I can't get this little handle to stay on because too much of it has cracked off. So this is not my best salvage. Yeah, I don't know. I'll still use it. You can see it's pretty cracked here. That's all right. It's beautiful, and I wanted to keep it. I didn't want to just throw it away. So there there we have it. Okay, hi. It is the next day. I took a break yesterday to go bird noticing with my friends, and that was very lovely. I am wearing glasses now, so hopefully the glare is not too bad. I just could not be bothered to put contacts in today. So about that dye job, this is how it turned out. As you can see, it did not dye evenly, and you know, I'll be the first to admit that this was user error. Yeah, it looks like I intended to tie-dye them, but poorly. Okay, first mistake. Maybe I should have done them one at a time. And the instructions did say to stir continuously for 30 minutes. I did not do that. I stirred occasionally for 30 minutes. The second mistake I made, and I think the biggest mistake, is and we'll go back and look at the footage, so you tell me. I think I might have lowered it in folded, which was a big no-no. And so that is why we have all these fun patterns on here that are not fully purple. But I have to say, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It just looks tie-dyed. This one is a little bit better. It seems like a more subtle tie-dye, and I don't hate that, but yeah, kind of feel like 2 of the projects so far have been a little mediocre. So let's I don't have high hopes for this next one, but well, let's see how it goes. All right, so next I do have some clothes that I want to mend that have been sitting around for a while. The first one actually is going to be pretty easy. I'm just missing a button on my dress here. So that will be a super quick, not a big deal. The one that I'm most worried about is I have this really cute screen printed t-shirt here, and there is a hole in the sleeve, and it is a rather terrible hole. And it's a stretchy fabric, so if I was to do a patch, it would need to be a similarly stretchy fabric. But because it's in an area that's not really noticeable, I might literally just sew the hole together, which is not, I feel like that's not the ideal way to fix it, but I think that's what I'm gonna do. So let's get at it. Should know how to sew buttons back on, because if you keep a garment for a long time, the buttons are going to fall off, and it is one of the easiest mends that you can do. Seriously. All right, button has been reattached. Awesome. Okay, so I just threw this on over my outfit, and you can't even really tell that I sewed up the seam, but there's no more hole, and that's super nice. Okay, so the last project I think I'm going to do today is I'm going to darn these socks. They're conscious step socks, and I've worn some holes into the toe area over here. So I'm gonna use this little loom here to darn some fun visible mends into them. This is my first time using this tool, so wish me luck and we'll see how it goes. Hello, it's the next day again. So my camera ran out of battery and then the sun set. So we're on to sock 2 now, and I learned a thing or 2 about darning in the process. So I'm thinking this one will be better than my first attempt, which was this. It's not the worst, but it's definitely not the most tidy darning job that's ever been done. It will do the trick, but I have high hopes for this one, so let's see. You've
No.
probably figured out by now that I am in no way a professional at any of these skills. I am very, very much a determined beginner. And just like deciding to learn any new skill, it helps to have a healthy amount of delusion to get started. Growing up, I held a lot of limiting beliefs about myself, beliefs that prevented me from even trying new things because I had already accepted that I was bad at them and there was no fixing that. But that just ain't true. Practice makes progress, as they say. So don't ever be afraid to get started and be mediocre at something for a while. That's just part of the process. All right, I'm already encountering a little bit of a problem. So if you look here, you'll see that my threads have gotten tangled, my original orange threads. And so that's making the actual horizontal threading much more difficult. So I'm trying to decide if I want to start that over or just continue to try and deal with it. So I guess what was happening to me before when I had all those messy threads was that when you're weaving the needle through the layers, I was catching the, individual threads and then pulling them, trying to pass the needle through. And so that is why I had all those chaotic, crazy threads for my first layer. So I've been very conscious of that this second time, and yeah, it's looking much better. Things are looking nice and neat. There's some gaps here, but I'm overall really happy with this so far. Look at that. Nice. So now I just have to take this off and then weave in the ends. Hopefully this was interesting. I'm obviously not an expert mender by any means. I'm very much a beginner, but I think it's important to take care of the things that you have and to keep them out of the landfill and to extend their lives and to keep money out of the pockets of people that you do not want to support. And yeah, it's also just super empowering and awesome to be able to be skilled in this way and to make your own things and to take care of the things that you have and give things new life. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.